Ego rarely enters the room looking loud. It does not always arrive as arrogance, pride, or obvious superiority. Sometimes it enters looking wounded, overly sensitive, defensive, and strangely hungry for proof. Proof that it matters, proof that it is respected, proof that it deserves more than it has received. That is what makes ego dangerous. It can wear the costume of self-respect, ambition, confidence, or high standards while quietly sabotaging the person carrying it. That is the warning. Inside ego is the enemy. Before success, ego makes people talk too much, post too much, explain too much, and mistake attention for progress. They become fascinated with the image of becoming something instead of the actual work required to become it. And after success, ego changes shape. It starts whispering that the rules no longer apply, that praise is proof, and that admiration is evidence of depth. That is how people slowly begin believing their own myth. The first lesson is to remain a student, even when you start winning. The moment you begin performing intelligence instead of building it, your growth starts slowing down. Curiosity gets replaced by image management. Listening gets replaced by signaling. And the person who once wanted truth starts wanting to look impressive. That shift is subtle but expensive, because the need to appear strong often blocks the chance to become stronger. The second lesson is quieter. Do the work without needing the spotlight to witness it. A lot of people love the aesthetic of discipline. They like the language of sacrifice, the image of focus, the performance of seriousness. But repetition, the real engine of mastery, is usually boring, invisible, and unglamorous. Ego hates that kind of work because it offers no instant applause. Character loves it because it builds something real. The third lesson is to stop treating feedback like humiliation. Correction is not an insult. It is information. But ego takes advice personally because it confuses mistakes with identity. So instead of improving weakness, it protects weakness. Instead of adjusting, it explains. Instead of listening, it defends. That is why one honest mirror matters so much. One person who tells the truth before reality does it more brutally. So make it practical. This week, notice where ego appears. When you want credit too quickly. When you resist advice. When you explain too much. When you secretly want to look important rather than become useful. Just notice it first. That is where the shift begins. Because real confidence stays quiet, accepts correction, and keeps building without an audience. Ego wants to be seen. Character wants to be solid.